got enough of it, with small children in the house whose sleep patterns were still erratic. Ethan himself had a few dark dreams while in stasis, but they only plagued him occasionally now. He slid a hand over hers on the table. Any bad dreams? Aria cast him a bright look that dispelled his worries. Nope. I just dreamed I grew a field of wheat here. It was so beautiful, golden against the blue soil. Aria had been a crop geneticist back on Earth, and there she had developed her own strain of wheat. But she hadn't been able to find work here on Minea. You should visit Kaia before you go to work, Aria said. Take her some of the new mugs that Luis dropped off yesterday. Ethan nodded and checked his missive for the time. He'd better go if he wanted to have time for that. He stopped in at Kaia's cottage, the little crate of mugs under his arm. When she opened the door, her eyes were red and her face rumpled. She'd had a long night. She didn't sleep well, a product of years in the artificial environment of Ship 1222. It was still strange to Ethan that his ship had an official title. They'd started referring to it by its launch and dock numbers during all the government proceedings that took place after they'd arrived at Minea, and the title had stuck. Kaia smiled warmly. "David," she said. Ethan blinked, the sting of it hurting him like it always did, and leaned in for a hug, hoping she wouldn't catch herself this time. She was always so embarrassed when she called him the wrong name, and it was happening more and more often lately. She didn't notice this time, though, and she took the mugs and pulled him into the kitchen for some lalana, the sweet, hot morning drink she indulged in every day. He sipped it, enjoying the creamy, rich flavor. Sarah's food production could do amazing things with a sweet bean. "What's on your schedule today?" Ethan asked, trying not to notice the slight shaking of her hand as she lifted one of Luis's bright mugs to her lips. "I think I'll visit the junkyard. I want to pick up a few new parts." Ethan shook his head quickly before he could stop himself. "I don't know, Kaia. That place is a death trap. If that central pile of junk ever falls—" He could see her annoyance in her eyes, but she teased it away, her voice light as she said, "You're right. Maybe I'll just stay home and knit a shawl instead." Ethan tried to remain stern, but he couldn't help but chuckle at her twinkling gray eyes. "Hey, I still have that shawl. You're a pretty good knitter." "I'm a good robot builder, too," Kaia said sternly, "and I will be careful at the junkyard." Ethan stood and stretched. "I'll stop by again. I guess I'd better get to work for now, though." She hugged him. He could barely feel her frail form in his arms. "Have a good day, David." Ethan flinched as he felt her tense. She had realized it this time, and she didn't pull away from the embrace. He knew she didn't want to look him in the eye. "I'm sorry, Ethan." He stepped back, searching her face and trying to convey comfort. "Hey, Kaia, it's okay. Really, it's fine." Her jaw tightened. "It's not fine, Ethan. I'm really scared. What if I'm slipping?" She walked a quick circle around the kitchen, then grasped his hands. Staring into her desperate eyes, Ethan felt the old ache of regret over what had happened on the ship so many years ago. But it was long done, and no amount of regret now would change it. "We'll get through," he said. "This is just another of our adventures. We didn't know what we were facing on Beta Alora or how to get through it, but we figured it out together. We'll figure this out, too. You're not alone." She squeezed his hands tighter and blurted out, "But Ethan, what if I forget you? I will be alone." He looked at her a long moment, wanting to deny it, but knowing it could happen. "Then it will be my job to remember you," he said, embracing her again and wishing, somehow, that he had better words.